Hi, it's Lori Morse, the 5-Element Creative Healer, and welcome back. If you'd asked me years ago, I would have said that I couldn't draw a stick figure. And I remember trying to draw a teapot like 30 years ago, and it came out horrible. And I concluded that I wasn't creative at all. About the same time, I read The Artist's Way, and I did all those exercises. I guess I wanted to explore and discover my creativity, even if it was barely at the conscious level. I also dated several artists until one day, years later, I realized, oh, I want to be the artist. Then perimenopause took hold and had me by the tail. I think that if I didn't have creative expression for that journey, I'm not sure I would have made it through alive. And now that I'm well on the other side of menopause and several other various health scares, I realized some key things about the creative healing process. What I discovered is that creativity isn't just for a few. It's in every single one of us. Yes, talents vary, but the creative capacity itself doesn't vary. It's in every one of us. And the most important part of the discovery is that creativity is something that we have to cultivate. It's a muscle to build, and it gathers momentum in direct proportion to our willingness to give it attention. Another juicy nugget that I learned is that without awakening this part of myself, and I see this in so many others all the time, I could only get so far with my health. I was literally doing everything right. I've been practicing Chinese medicine for 26 years, so I know the best health choices because it's my job to know, and I do them. But it all kept falling just a little short because I hadn't invited my creative life force or my divine intelligence, which is in every cell of our body, into the mix. But when I did, oh my gosh, that's when everything changed for me for the better in all areas of my life, I have to say, not just my health. And I want that for you too. This relationship with my creative, intelligent life force has taught me that a human body is designed to heal. It has a blueprint for health, which science is also discovering. And it's our job to give the right of way to that intelligence and sort of take monkeys off the back. So the idea of cultivating and literally being in a relationship with this intelligence, this inner creative wisdom, chi or life force, became worth my attention. And I hope you're willing to cultivate this relationship inside of yourself too, because it's a game changer. And I'll be honest, when I said to myself, okay, I'll give this creativity thing a whirl, it was really awkward at first. And most of me wanted to say, forget it. I'm not cut out for this. But I have to say there was a little part of me that knew it was right to do it, to cultivate it. Besides, I have to say desperation can be a driving force, and I really wanted to feel better. And I felt like I was withering, and I didn't want that to be the case for years to come. So I could really feel something shift each time I engaged in the process. It was subtle, but it was just enough to keep me coming back. And then, like anything else, it adds up over time. And because I just kept showing up and I didn't quit, the momentum built, and I really could feel like this part of myself, this creative life force, begin to guide me and heal me. And it was a big deal, even though it didn't feel that way in the beginning. And I want that for you too. If you're a spiritual woman doing a lot of things right, and I know you are, in order to be healthy, you can't leave this ingredient out of your recipe. It's a key ingredient that makes all the other stuff you're doing actually work. Physical reality is founded upon the creative process. We're in physical bodies, we live on a physical planet. It's something very much worth getting to know in yourself. Wherever you would say you fall on the creative spectrum, like you don't have a creative bone in your body, or you used to dabble but it's fallen by the wayside, or you're exploring now but it's not that great, or you can't imagine life without creativity, you're in the right place because you get to begin wherever you are, cultivating from exactly where you are. And the 5 elements can actually be ways to decide to help you where to start. They can also be a pathway for you to clearly move from one step to another while tapping into your creative life force in order to release what isn't working, like in your body or in your emotions or in your life. From ancient wisdom and the Chinese medical model, the five elements, it's a simple, elegant system that covers the spectrum of being a human being at every level. It's kind of easy to feel like there are so many things that are adding up and that are off or not working right. And more often than not, focusing on one or two of the elements can eliminate quite a bit of those things out of your energy. And have I mentioned that of all the things that we have available to us in order to heal and transform and grow spiritually or ascend or evolve, awaken, creative healing processes are the most graceful, fun, ease-filled way that I have personally found. And I've tried a lot of things because I've been on a spiritual healing path since I was 18. I can tell you that if you make a commitment to keep coming back to your creative life force, I will promise you that it will be worth it in spades, and you will find treasure you didn't even know was there for you. And that definitely happened for me, including this kind of shocking discovery that I actually do have artistic talent, but only because I gave it room to grow and to blossom and come forth. And it happened because I said yes to that part of myself, and I didn't give up, even though it wasn't easy sometimes. And I worked with hundreds of other women that also said yes to their creative life force, mostly to awaken this very part of themselves in order to heal and get rid of baggage that maybe they've been dragging around for too long. And I can tell you that every single one of these women are grateful that they did. So many things shift for the better: less pain, better sleep, more energy, weight finally budging off, and other cool things too, like women have gotten better jobs with more money. I had one woman met their true love, and I could regale a lot of stories for you, but now here's what I would like for you to know. You too can do exactly this. The women I work with every day are no different than you and I. The creative life force is a gift from the divine feminine, and she's looking for a loving way to blossom in you so that you can enjoy the health and wealth that is your divine birthright. Anything that is our divine birthright is something everyone can do, even if we don't yet realize it. So be sure and watch the next video, because I am going to teach you 3 tips on how to continue cultivating this relationship with your creative life force, and also how to best find the best place for yourself in the 5-element pod. And I want to teach you how to start taking your steps so you can just keep yourself walking forward. So make sure to watch that video, and I will see you again in a few days. In creative love and wholeness, Lori Morse.